In this video, I'll guide you through the basics of expressions and formatting fields, and then get you to add your own expression and format a number and date field. Understanding expressions will walk you through some of the symbols and structure of expressions for future use, and then you will add your own simple expression. Understanding formatting will walk you through what formatting is and the different types of formatting, and then you will add formats to two fields. When starting, please ensure you have Workspace and App Studio open in separate tabs for your sandbox. If you have ever used Excel expressions, Softool's expressions are very similar. Here are some of the basic rules of expressions in Softools. When referencing a field, identifiers are used, not labels. For example, the end date field would be the identifier of no spaces like shown. Any field must be enclosed in square brackets. For example, the title field would look like this. The symbols for basic math equations are as follows. Addition is a plus sign, subtraction is a minus sign, division is a / sign, and multiplication is a star. Adding any text to a field can be done through enclosing it in apostrophes. This is also used to reference specific values. More about this in ABC Advanced. For example, if you had a reference field which starts with ref, and then an auto number field, it would look like this. Bit fields and number fields have standardized values, unlike other fields. This means that when you are writing an expression for these that involves a value, you don't need the apostrophes around the value. This means that bit fields are either true or false, all lowercase. And numbers are simple number characters with no apostrophe. Softools has the capability to run complex expressions, such as if expressions which allow you to account for multiple scenarios and outcomes. We will go through more complex expressions in ABC Advanced. This may seem overwhelming, but we will implement a really simple expression for ABC Basic, and then you can find out more in ABC Advanced. To start, open up the Fields section of App Studio. You have already created a priority number field in the previous steps. We are now going to add in an expression into this field to multiply the impact and implementation slider fields you have made. Open up the priority field. Then scroll down to the expression section and open this up. This is where you enter expressions into the field. We need to enter an expression to multiply the impact and implementation fields. So to do this, you need to copy this expression. Let's zoom in and break this down. The first field is impact. The label of the field is impact on business. But as stated in the previous slide, you need to use the identifier, which is simply impact. As with any field, the identifier needs to be enclosed in square brackets, like shown. The next section is the mathematical symbol, which is a star to show multiplication. Much like in Excel expressions, this will mean that the two fields on either side will be multiplied together. The last field is the implementation field. This also has a long label of ease of implementation, but the identifier is just implementation. This is again in square brackets. Now that you have put in the expression, you can click Save on the field. You will need to publish your changes, head to Workspace, and resync the app to see the expression. You will see that the priority field now has a dotted line underneath and a small FX symbol, showing that this field is run by an expression. You have now created your first expression. Formatting in Softools is a way of getting data to show in a specific way. For example, a date field to show as date month year or month date year. Formatting is an option for number and date fields. Number fields. Formatting for number fields includes a variety of ways to present the data. To limit the number of decimal places, you can use the N format, which means that the number after the N dictates the number of decimal places allowed in the format. For example, N1 means that there will be 1 decimal place, and N3 will mean that there are 3 decimal places allowed. Softools has a variety of formatting for number fields of varying complexity. Please see our support article for more information, such as this format, which changes negative numbers, to accounting format, which is brackets around it. Date fields. Formatting allows you to display dates in a specific way, such as just showing the year, month or date, or changing the order of this. To show a simple month then year format, it is 0. Y. For a long date format, use the 0, capital D. There are more options for date and number formatting in our support article. Formatting is available for specific types of fields, specifically number, date, and date time fields. Open your budget number field in App Studio and go to the formatting section. You will see the format string section, which is where you can input the format that you have selected. Replicate the format that is shown here. This format means that there will be a £sterling sign before the number, and that the decimal places will be limited to 2. Do not select the Display Formatted toggle. This toggle will mean that the format is always shown, which renders the budget field as read-only, so you cannot edit the field in your app. Not selected, formats create a backing value, which means that you will not see the format on the field in your app, but it is in the background. This can be useful for templated exports and charts, because you can use the formatted version of your budget field to make the budget field clearer. When your screen looks like this, click Save. Then navigate to the formatting section in your date field, End Date. This is the same setup as the number field formatting, with a format string section and a display formatted toggle. Input the date format shown here, which will format the date as date-month-year. Make sure you keep the display formatted toggle as unticked. This will enact in the same way as the number field, where the date will not be formatted in the app, just as a backing value. You can then save this field. Make sure you publish your app to after these changes.